Hey guys, Ed over here with FICMRepair. So we have this question here from this gentleman saying, hey, I blew a coolant line and I had no choice. I had to push on the truck and it hit 260 degrees. What are the chances that my head gasket blew? You know, I would say that it's anybody's guess. Obviously running 260 is not great. I don't like to see above 230 actually, and 260 is very, very, very different than 230. But your only way to know is to look for, how much pressure you're building in your coolant bottle. And so what you can do if you want to is you can rent this head gasket test tool from FICMRepair.com, and you can go ahead and see what kind of line pressures your coolant is hitting. You've got your coolant reservoir cap. It's set to go off at 16 psi. So if you're bumping up against 16 psi, this is no bueno for you. And so, really you should be in 3, 5, maybe 8, and really not higher than that, even though you're getting on it. Now, that said, there's a couple of conversations here. So that's how you can tell, right? Or, do you have crap coming out of your degas bottle? Do you see all kinds of residue that you didn't used to see, etc.? This is all bad. Before you freak out about that, though, make sure that your coolant level is when it's totally full, it's at the low position, not at the fill position, because the low position is the new high. And so that's just something to know as well. Now, if you don't want to have happen what happened to this gentleman here, take a very serious look at some replacement coolant hoses. So we'll sell you the OE hoses if you want. They're rubber. I like the Mishimoto ones a lot. They're silicone. You can get an upper and lower silicone hose, and now they're lifetime guaranteed. I have yet to see them fail. And you can also get this bad boy here, which is the guy that underneath the coolant degas bottle, and it's silicone, sure, but it's got this little Y here that is made out of aluminum, not made out of plastic, unlike the OEM one. So its propensity to blow is obviously way less as well. And if you want to belts and suspenders things, token nickels in the grand scheme of things would get you this 1.77 inch all aluminum three row aluminum radiator core that would make it so that you just never have this problem again as far as getting too hot because your radiator can't hang. And obviously, because it's all aluminum, the ends aren't going to puke out on you, and you're not going to have a leak all over the place and whatnot. But recognize that, are you a belts guy? Are you a belts and suspenders guy? How far down this rabbit hole do you want to go, right? I will tell you that while you're in there, there's also logic in changing out your thermostat. Again, hat tip to Mishimoto. Their 200-degree thermostat's totally what you want. But I'll tell you that particular topic has nothing to do with this conversation, because I've never seen a Motorcraft thermostat fail closed. It'll just fails open, so it won't leave you on the side of the road due to overheating. But back to the conversation at hand. It's anybody's guess what the right answer here is. If you want to know if your head gaskets are blown, just check the coolant pressure and figure it out. I suppose if you want to be really fancy and you had Edge's Insight CTS3, the gauge that you totally know I love, you would get the Street Diesel Kit add-on. Just do a search on the word Street on FICMRepair.com, and you'll see it there. And that includes not only an exhaust gas temperature probe, but then you also are open. The door is opened up now to Edge's accessory system, which allows you to add in a digital to analog adapter, but then 2 different 0 to 100 psi pressure transducers, so you could hook one of them up to your little capillary line between your degas bottle and your radiator, and you'd be able to see right there in your Edge device what your coolant pressure was, in addition to using the other one to monitor fuel pressure. So I hope this helps somebody. FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. Thanks, guys.